ABC 15 is rethinking policing. The goal, to find ways law enforcement can be held accountable when they make mistakes or commit crimes. When Maricopa County Sheriff Paul Penzone was elected, he promised to clean up the mess left behind by former Sheriff Joe Arpaio.
And when Penzone took over, the sheriff's office was already under court order and federal oversight for unconstitutional police tactics and racial profiling. Well, 4 years later, things aren't going much better.
The ACLU and the Department of Justice asking a judge to hold a contempt hearing for Penzone. Here's ABC 15 investigator Dave Biscobing.
It's because the sheriff's office has failed to properly investigate itself for years, and not just failed, quote, resoundingly failed. And the new documents filed in court show the problems with internal investigations are getting worse under Penzone's watch. Inside the Maricopa County Attorney's Office, the numbers for misconduct investigations are staggering. According to this motion filed by the ACLU and Department of Justice, as of the court monitor's January 2021 site visit, MCSO had a backlog of over 2,000 misconduct cases. And as the backlog has risen, the monitor says the quality of investigations has gotten worse. Moreover, there has been no upside gain in the quality of internal investigations as a result of these delays.
Some concern.
To discuss the findings, we spoke with one of the attorneys on the case, Casey Ariano. Things have actually gotten worse over time with these internal investigations since Penzone took over. So it's not like they were 600 days and now they're 550 days. They've actually almost doubled in time, and then the backlog has grown, exponentially almost.
Correct. So just to give you some perspective, in 2018, it took about an average of 200 days for MCSO Internal Affairs to complete a case. In 2019, that number jumped to almost 500 days, just shy of that. And now the current average is 552 days to complete an internal affairs investigation.
In a July 2020 letter, the federal monitor also wrote to MCSO with, quote, troubling concerns. One jumps off the page. Critical incidents such as officer-involved shootings and in-custody deaths are the most serious cases your agency handles. You have a total of 58 critical incidents pending since 2016. We have not received a single completed critical incident case for our review since we have been reviewing cases. So out of their most serious cases, they haven't finished one since 2016. Am I reading that right? That seems nuts to me.
That's correct. And I think, again, that's sort of what's really happening here is we have a compounding of problems.
That fact, especially stunning because this week, Sheriff Penzone helped kill legislation to require outside investigations for deadly police incidents.
It does not in any way, shape, or form.
In a press conference, the sheriff said lawmakers shouldn't tell police what to do. Police should be trusted to fix problems themselves.
There's no place for politics in policing. I think it's incumbent upon law enforcement to fix this problem. Because if a community wants to have trust in us, we should be the ones that lead it. Because if legislation dictates it to us, it appears as though we don't embrace it and we haven't initiated these changes ourselves.
Keep his words in mind now that you know about the sheriff's office's own problems with investigating itself.
So there are multiple things that happen when you have such, egregious delays.
Things like lost evidence, diminished memories, and the public won't trust MCSO enough to even file a complaint. Why should I, right? Look, it's taken them 500 days. They're not finishing even the most serious ones. Why would I ever bring my concern forward?
Right.
If I'm not going to hear about it for 2 years.
Yeah, it certainly could have a chilling impact on members of the community who understand that their complaints may not be heard in a timely fashion. And it ultimately, results in a denial of due process and justice.
In an email, a sheriff's office spokesperson told our newsroom they will file their response in court in the next 2 weeks. Now, one other thing. The ACLU and DOJ also filed documents earlier this week alleging there are still concerns with deputies racially profiling Hispanic and Black people during traffic stops. That's something we'll dig into in the coming days. I'm investigator Dave Biscobing, ABC 15, Arizona.